Hey everybody, Jonathan here, and today we're going through a reverse saw, which is a core stabilizer, and we'll be on one yellow spring, 2 yellow springs if you need to modify. We're gonna be starting at the front, facing the back. Kneel on the front platform. Forearms are gonna go down shoulder width apart. The closer your forearms are to the edge, the less intense. More forward on the carriage, the more intense. Push the carriage out so that we're in a modified plank position. Fix our form by lightly lifting our hip, pulling our belly button to our spine, and then pressing through our forearms to come up, face out of the carriage. Keeping our core engaged, we're gonna breathe in as we lengthen our arms forward without lowering our shoulders or our hips. Exhale as we slowly bring the carriage back in. What I tell people is if they get tired, instead of just flopping on their machine and dropping down, they can lift their belly button, round their spine, and eyes to thighs. And that way they get a reverse kneeling crunch instead of just taking a break and flopping. A lot of times people will go forward and then their shoulders will start to drop down, or their shoulders will stay up and then their hips will start to go down like this. Sometimes I also see people with an arched back going forward like this, but it's not safe for your lower back. So what I'll do is I'll come by and I'll use my index and my middle finger and place it right where your hip bones are. And then what I'll do is I'll say, I'm here with you. I'm gonna lift you up from your hip bones. Don't get heavy on my fingers and push the carriage forward. That way they understand whether or not they're going too far and if they're losing their form by getting heavy into my fingers. If you wanna make this more intense, you can get up on your toes and make this reverse saw a flying reverse saw. Again, fixing our form by lightly lifting our hip, pulling the belly button to the spine, pressing through the forearms to lift the chin and the chest, and then slowly go forward, and then slowly come in. You want to breathe in as you push the carriage forward because it's easier to push the carriage, but it's a little bit more difficult to bring the carriage back in against the speed of the yellow spring or 2 that's pulling you in faster than you want to go. In my opinion, if you also want to change the difficulty, palms up tend to be a little bit more difficult and palms down tend to be a little bit more easier. The reason why I like palms down for clients is because when palms are up, you'll see clients lift their forearms up and then bring their forearms down to bring the carriage back in when the forearm should be planted the entire time. And that is reverse saw. Thank you for your time. Your subscription, follows, and your thumbs up will help me tremendously push my videos out to other instructors and clients, which will then build a stronger community. I appreciate your consideration and I'll see you next time.